Welcome back to the Doctor's Nutrition Show. Today we're talking about breast health. Now, there's a genetic marker test that you can take that will help maybe identify some of this, the issue really, I guess?
Yeah, the BRCA1 or BRCA1, BRCA2, there's the BRCA gene. And a lot of people do the testing. And what you'll see is it downregulates something. It's not that it upregulates something, it actually downregulates something that's good for you. And that's what happens. If you have that gene, you have a more pronounced risk for sure. And actually what's really good is there's a compound that we use a lot for breast health, Diindolylmethane, or DIM. We call it DIM because Diindolylmethane is a little bit to say too fast and too often.
Especially at 9:05.
Exactly, right. I mean, it's tough. But anyhow, the DIM, what it actually is, and I've got a paper that I've given out, God, I don't know how many 100 copies of, that actually shows that the DIM actually, even in a BRCA1 positive patient where they can't produce this stuff, it increased that BRCA activity.
Yeah.
And that's pretty phenomenal. I mean, when you take somebody that actually doesn't have that particular gene set that correct, and it could actually increase that BRCA activity.
Yeah.
And
DIM is definitely one of the things that if people have risk we definitely put them on DIM.
Yeah.
And DIM has other benefits too. I mean, man, it makes, helps hormonal weight gain, hormonal hair loss. It actually helps regulate your cycle. It decreases ovarian cancer, breast cancer risk. It has so much research on it. And all the research out there, when they talk about breast cancer prevention, they will mention DIM or diindolylmethane.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of DIM. We've used DIM for years. And so
well over 20.
Yeah, we have. And I've taken it since my 20s. And so it definitely helps to do prevention. And you can do prevention because people are like, oh, well, what could I do? There's a lot of things you could do. For one, eat clean. We say that no matter what the problem is, it seems like, but get off packaged processed foods.
It's a fact.
Get off the chemicals. Don't be overweight. I mean, if you have extra weight, lose it, because it does increase your risk of not just breast cancer, but other cancers as well.
Yeah, see, what people don't realize about weight, and every fat cell is an estrogen producer.
Yeah.
Now those estrogens, if they get metabolized incorrectly in your body, and that's highly possible, and that's where something like the DIM comes in effect, changes that hormone metabolism in a good way. Okay, so but it just being a few pounds overweight can definitely increase your risk for breast cancer, no doubt about it.
Are there any other forms of natural prevention?
Oh yeah, there are so many, and some of the things he actually brought. We're not going to go into detail on each study, or it'll take forever. But I mean, just when I actually before we came, I was like, let me see what's out in the past year. There was, I think, when I went to PubMed, which is where we go for research, because that is stuff that is published in peer-reviewed journals. It is not somebody's opinion. Breast cancer prevention natural products is kind of what I put in. And it came up in the past year, there was 300 and something published studies on different things. It's huge. A lot of it was some of the Chinese medicine that you've never heard of, because we don't see it as much in this country. But a lot of what we use every day was all in there, which was actually your DIM, Resveratrol, Curcumin, green tea extract, and those are good. The Resveratrol, Curcumin, the green tea extract, or the ECGC, those are all kind of cancer preventative for a lot of different cancers.
I was going to say, not just breast cancer.
Not just that,
right.
Yeah, exactly. We even have a product called polyresveratrol that has all of those in one product. And so a lot of people like that because it has them all in one, and that's a good prevention. But there are so many things, and I was kind of surprised at one of the things we found that came up as in almost every research in the past year is allicin. Okay, allicin, what is that? Comes from garlic. But
that's what makes that pungent smell from garlic.
But it takes pretty high doses, and like you go get a garlic pill and it might have 5 milligrams of allicin. Well, we actually have one that is 450 milligrams of allicin. It works. Now that we use it for yeast problems, we use it for high blood pressure, we use it, it works wonders for what it's so much better than just garlic.
So, excuse me, when you sweat, do you smell the garlic?
You don't, not with that one, because it takes away the actual allicin. Now, it is not the cheapest product, but it is very, very good. What we use traditionally over and over and over is the DIM, the Resveratrol, the Curcumin, the green tea extracts, and we get really good results.
Yeah, we do. That's the thing.
And we have a lot of people that do it after they've had breast cancer and they're done, they're clear. You want to prevent. You want to prevent it from coming back, because if you had the body that made it in the first place, you got to make some changes so it doesn't come back.
Yeah, when you look around the world and you look at, okay, we have the incidence of breast cancer, and then we have what happens post-treatment. And, we do pretty good here in the United States. Not going to beat ourselves up on that one. We do pretty good. The highest, or the best, if you will, overall in the world is Japan. And when you look at Japan, and what they do is when you're going through chemotherapy in Japan for, say, the breast cancer or whatever, they use the chemotherapy, and they're going to use a lot of what we are talking about here, a lot of these natural compounds.
In addition to.
And they highly stress the diet and so on and so forth. Their medicine is, I'm going to say, much more evolved, if you will, than ours, for that reason, because they do stress the overall, you got to keep the whole body healthy. And it's not just the breast that you're dealing with. So, it's something that they do a really good bang-up job on. Their success rate is much better than ours, statistically. And so it's something that we need to take care of.
Well, we all know with the chemotherapy, the radiation, that kills the good stuff as much as it does the bad stuff. So it sounds like they're combating that as much as possible.
They are.
And there's so much research on the natural products, and for each different chemo, which ones might make it work better. A lot of the mushroom combinations are used in Japan to actually improve the outcome with the chemo and also keep the immune system up at the same time. And then you even have something that is used a lot of times with breast cancer. It's used is doxorubicin. They call it the red devil because it is so rough to take. But we've had quite a few people over the years. There's actually a compound called theanine, which theanine is actually, you can give it to a little bitty kid, it's so safe. And it has been shown to actually make the chemo 7 times stronger in the cancer cells and protects the other cells. Yeah.
I'm Dr. Fox, and I want to thank you for watching this YouTube video. Be sure and hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you'll be notified on any upcoming videos that we have coming up. And thank you again for watching our YouTube videos.